Welcome to MissCreepyFace, where we explore the most terrifying haunted objects in history. Today we uncover the cursed butcher's knife from 1800s London, a weapon that doesn't just cut meat, it cuts lives. This is day one of our 30-day haunted objects challenge. 30 days, 30 cursed items, 30 nights of terror. Subscribe for daily horror stories, new video every day. They called it the butcher's blade. It didn't just slice meat, it sliced souls. And it's still waiting for its next victim. Welcome again to MissCreepyFace, your home for the darkest, most chilling true horror stories from around the world. Today we begin our 30-day haunted objects challenge, where we explore one cursed object every single day for 30 days. From haunted beds to cursed kitchens, from haunted stores to cursed chairs, we're diving into the objects that don't just haunt, they hunt. This is day one. And the object? The cursed butcher's knife, from the slums of 1800s London. A weapon that doesn't just kill, it chooses. In 1847, in the alley behind St. Giles Butcher's Row, a young apprentice named Elias Finch was handed his first butcher's knife. It was heavy, cold, and strangely warm to the touch. The shopkeeper, Mr. Holloway, warned him, "Never let it touch your skin for more than 3 seconds. And never, ever, clean it with water." It started in 1847, in the back alleys of London, in a butcher shop that smelled of death, and something worse, something hungry. This is not a story about a killer. This is a story about an object that kills, an object that remembers, an object that is still out there, waiting. They call it the cursed butcher's knife. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why. Welcome to MissCreepyFace. Welcome to day one of our 30-day haunted objects challenge. To understand this curse, we must first understand where it began. 1847, Victorian London, a city of gas lamps and cobblestones, of sophistication and squalor, of beauty and blood. St. Giles was one of the poorest districts in all of London, a labyrinth of narrow alleyways, overcrowded tenements, and slaughterhouses. The air smelled of smoke, sewage, and meat. A single street lined with 14 butcher shops was the heart of London's meat trade. Every day, hundreds of cattle were led down these streets to be killed, carved, and sold. And every day, the gutters ran red with blood. It was in this world of death that the knife was born. The knife was not made in a factory. It was forged by hand. In 1812, 35 years before the first death, a blacksmith named Aldrich Thornwood crafted it in a small forge in East London. Thornwood was known for two things: his exceptional craftsmanship and his obsession with the occult. He spent years studying forbidden texts, translating ancient manuscripts, searching for a way to improve his work. Legend says he believed that a blade could be more than a tool. It could be a vessel, a container for something beyond the living world. The night he forged this knife, neighbors reported hearing screams, not from the forge, from inside the metal itself. When the blade was finished, it was cold, impossibly cold, even when held in the fire's glow. Thornwood carved a single word into the handle: Passio, Latin for suffering. He sold the knife to a traveling merchant for 12 shillings, a fortune at the time. And then, he burned down his own forge. His body was never found. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to MissCreepyFace. In 1847, in the alley behind St. Giles Butcher's Row, a young apprentice named Elias Finch was handed his first butcher's knife. It was heavy, cold, and strangely warm to the touch. The shopkeeper, Mr. Holloway, warned him, "Never let it touch your skin for more than 3 seconds. And never, ever, clean it with water." Elias didn't listen. That night he washed the blade in the sink, and the water turned red. Not from blood, from something else. The next morning, Elias was found dead, his throat slit. But the knife? It was clean. No blood, no fingerprints. Just a single word carved into the handle: "I am still hungry." Over the next 12 months, 16 more people died, all with the same wound. All with the same knife found beside them. all with the same message carved into the handle. The police called it a serial killer. But the locals? They called it the knife that remembers. In 1849, a paranormal investigator named Dr. Eleanor Whitmore was hired to examine the knife. She brought it to her lab and placed it in a sealed glass case. That night, the case shattered. The knife was gone. And on the wall? A new message. I am still hungry. I want your flesh. Dr. Whitmore never returned to the lab. Her body was found 3 days later, in the same alley. Her throat slit. And the knife? It was in her hand. Still warm. The knife was last seen in 1852, in the hands of a man named Thomas Reed. He claimed it was a family heirloom. But when he tried to sell it, the buyer died in the transaction. The knife? It vanished. And since then? It's been seen in 7 different cities. In 3 different countries. Always in the hands of someone who dies within 48 hours. In 2023, a collector in New Orleans bought it at auction. He kept it in his bedroom. He woke up screaming. His throat was slit. The knife? It was on his nightstand. Still warm. So, why is this knife so cursed? Experts say it's not just haunted, it's sentient. It doesn't just kill. It learns. It remembers every person it's touched. And it hungers. Some say it's tied to a spirit of a butcher who was murdered by his own apprentice. Others say it's a demon disguised as a tool. But one thing's certain. If you ever find it, don't touch it. Don't clean it. And for God's sake, don't let it touch your skin. What makes this knife so terrifying isn't just the deaths. It's the awareness. The knife doesn't just kill, it watches. It remembers. It chooses. Imagine waking up, your throat slit. But the knife? It's not on the floor. It's on your nightstand. Still warm. Still alive. It doesn't just kill. It invites you to touch it. It wants you to clean it. It wants you to feel its warmth. What do you think? Is the butcher's knife truly cursed? Or is it just a story? Drop your theories in the comments. We read every single one. Tomorrow, day 2, we explore the crying kettle, a kitchen appliance that screams the names of its victims. It's not just haunted. It's listening. This story is fictional, not a real event. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because you never know what's hunting next on MissCreepyFace.